Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back once again, Trending Rabbit Channel. More Brian Laundrie talk. Unfortunately, no sign of him yet. Still, we still wait. Give you all a few minutes to get on in here. I'm going to put the link to call in the pinned messages. Give me a moment to do that. Let me figure out the best way to put it on the pin message. Kai, if you're here, if you can put the link so I can post it on the pin message. The one that's on the screen. Let me see if I can do it this way. Hold on. No, I need you to type it in the chat box, then I can pin it. Just the address itself. That way people can just click on the link and call in. It's not coming up yet. Oh, hey, Bri, how's it going, man? Welcome. Can you do me a favor, Bri? Can you type that address in the chat and then I can pin it? Let me pull it back up here. It's a pain in the butt doing this by phone, but I mean, if I knew how to send messages through the phone, it'd be a lot easier. Thanks, Bri. It is absolutely pouring outside. So it's supposed to be 40 to 50 millimeters of rain overnight. Crazy amount already. And it's just continuing. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on. Ah, you got it. Let me try to pin that. Perfect. Thanks, Bri. Seems to be the right one for this evening. It always generates a new one every time you go live, so. So if anybody wants to call in, click on the link in the pinned message. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on another day of searching for Brian in the wrong location, I think. Unless the alligators got to him, which I hope is the case. But then again, we won't find him or get more information about what really happened that day. Hola, Brian.
Hola, señor.
How's it going, my friend?
Okay, how are you?
Awesome. How was your day, man?
Pretty good. Just worked,
The usual, right?
Yeah, the use. I'm glad that worked. I tried to copy it as best I could.
I know it's a pain in the ass because if you don't pin it right away or something, you have to like type it in and stuff. Like you're not able to see it anywhere else other than on the screen, right?
Yeah, that was it. Is there a way that you can like pin it in the description?
I think that yeah, I can do it via like the tablet or PC. The phone I
Oh,
can't because I'm on StreamYard through a browser, right? On the
oh,
phone.
okay.
So I
I
think
got you.
yeah, and I think if I close the browser, then it's going to close StreamYard altogether,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
right? So let me I can try to do it. Let me see if I can do it this way. I don't think I'll be able to. But I mean, it's in the pin message, so I mean, everybody can see when they join, right? Like when you first join, can you see the chat box right away?
I can see what you put up on screen, but hold on, let me go back to YouTube. Yeah, it's pinned now. Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Excuse me. Yes, yeah, it's pinned.
All right. It's pouring here today.
Yeah, it was raining a lot here today too.
Oh, you also?
Yeah, yeah.
And now?
Not right now, but yeah, all day it rained.
So the crickets should be sounding soon.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will.
Um, Frank, good evening. How do we call in? Do you see on the top of this chat box, there's a pinned message that has StreamYard.com and then a bunch of letters and numbers and stuff? If you click on that, and then basically all I have to do is just verify your YouTube password, I believe, and then you'll be connected to us. I'll get you in here, and you just have to make sure your mic is unmuted, and then you could give me your opinion. Give us your opinion. It's that easy. Cregan, welcome to the channel. Think you're a first timer, right?
I've not seen
Brian
him. That's cool.
Brian is a first time, long time. Well, there's Brian C. I mean, I always got to clarify you're the good Brian.
Well, I like to be. I try to be.
Well, what was it? Not yesterday, the day before. Didn't we have like three Brians in the chat? The discussion was about another Brian.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a
There
Brian
were a
fest
lot.
on Monday.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You know?
I try to be the best Brian that I can be. I'm not like that Brian, whatever his name, Laundry or whatever his name is.
Yeah, what a messed up last name too.
I know, right?
Did you hear anything new today or anything that flew under the radar about this guy?
No, I didn't follow it except for the fact that somebody, I guess, caught him on a trail cam somewhere.
The one about the van, you mean?
I know they actually like caught him on a trail cam running through Grand Teton.
Oh, is it like a black and white photo or something?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But we can't really tell if that was him.
yeah. So
Amazing with
I,
all
I,
the technology, we can't even tell.
I haven't really followed it.
You know,
Too much
Cregan.
other.
Yeah, Cregan. If you want to call in, okay. There's a pin message at the top. I'll put on the screen as well. Basically, you just type in that address or click on the link in the pin message on top of the chat box. And Brian also put the link in the chat. You just click on it and then verify that you're on YouTube, and that's really it. It's pretty straightforward. If you have any problems, let me know though. We're here for a bit. Frank said he's calling in soon. He has some thoughts, and I think he is now. There's a Calvin Blunt who's ready to come in. Let's allow him in and see what he has to say. Hey Calvin, how's it going? Calvin, are you there?
Oh, it's off. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to unmute. What's up, you guys?
That
How are
that
you?
that's okay. Yeah, pretty good. How's it going, Calvin?
Hey,
What's the
Calvin.
news? I just got in. I was working on stuff. What's the news? What we got right now?
The same that we've had for the last week. Basically nothing. I think they're looking in the wrong spot.
Where are they looking at?
The same as it's been for the last 8 days or whatever. In
The
that marsh
swamp?
there, the creek. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
You
does that
guys
make
get
sense
that
to you?
echo? Do you hear that? Do you hear him talking in the background?
What's that?
No, I was hearing stuff. I must be the next door neighbors. I live in an apartment building, and they're very rowdy. I'm sorry. So what happened today?
Well, Brian here. This is Brian C. He was saying that they got a photo of him, but it was a very blurry black and white one. Where was it, Brian? Brian, are you there?
Yeah,
Brian,
I'm
you
sorry.
there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was muted.
Speak up, Charlie.
No, that's Brian. It's Brian, not Charlie.
Jerky Boys. That is totally from the Jerky Boys.
Liver lip. Love the Jerky Boys.
I love the Jerky Boys. One of my
Speak
most
up,
favorite.
Rubberneck.
Yeah. So I think that somebody caught him on a trail cam in Grand Teton, which is where they found her body.
Yeah, now are you there? Calvin. Oh man. There's some lag going on here. I don't know where he went. It shows that he's still on. Did you check the Pinterest? It's I saw his Instagram, which was pretty freaky. Kai, if you're still on, call in.
I haven't heard her in so long.
Yeah, it's been a while, right?
It has been.
So since back in the old days, shall we say?
Yeah, the old days with, other people.
Yeah, wasn't that the last time?
Yeah. I haven't heard from any of those people except for AZ Nurse.
Oh, really? So it's been a while.
I haven't heard from Steven. I haven't heard from, well, thank God, the other one, the crazy one.
No, but never mind that. But what about that guy from Scotland? What was his name?
Oh yeah,
Or
I could barely
Scotland or
understand
England? I think he was from England too.
Steve was
No,
from
the other one. There was another guy. The guy they used to call in quite a bit too.
Oh,
Rode a
him.
motorcycle. I think he rode a motorcycle.
Yeah, that's right. What was his name?
Yeah, what was his name?
Why? No, this is somebody from a long time ago.
Oh, it was something else. I got you. All right.
Yeah. I don't remember his name. Calvin, what did you hear? Let me add in somebody else here. Somebody else wants to come in. Dan, are you there?
Hello?
Hey Dan, how's it going? Is this Dan? Dan, is that you? It shows two people as Calvin. I don't know what's going on.
You can still hear me though, right?
Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah, I'm listening to you guys. So break down. What happened today?
As I was saying, nothing much. They went to search again and they didn't find anything.
They're still searching that swamp. Why are they searching that swamp so much? They must know something.
Because that's where the parents said to go look.
Of course, yeah, that's what the parents said. But there's no proof he was ever in Florida. Is there any proof at all of him actually ever being in Florida?
No.
Who's to say he even brought the van back? You can see how bad the parents are covering his ass. Who's to say that the parents didn't go up, or the fat ass sister of his bought 2 plane tickets in order to sit in one seat and flew up there and drove that fucking van back? Even the van coming back, they didn't have proof that it was him. Even going through the toll cameras, there's no way that you could prove the face, as far as I know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. But beyond that, yeah, who's to say he was ever in Florida? He's probably not. He's probably in Portugal right now selling gypsy pots. Remember when you played the Aladdin game growing up, the Aladdin video game, that guy that was throwing pots at you? That's what Brian Laundrie's doing right now.
So tell me how you really feel.
He's in Portugal. He converted to Allah at this point. You gotta admit that.
Great.
Just slightly passionate, eh?
No, but would you agree that there's a good chance that he's not anywhere here in America?
Well, as far as America, I don't know, but I know he's not anywhere near that swamp or even near Florida. I don't think he ever been to Florida back since they
I don't
left.
think he was either. And then definitely, I might be ignorant on this. Is there any proof he was ever in Florida other than police saying, yes, we know where he is? And then when the media says, where is he? They say, we can't say that. We know where he is. Is there any proof whatsoever he was ever in Florida?
No, because as we were talking about a few days ago too, like when you have to drive back, there's no security cameras or anything at any gas station. And I had one guy say, well, maybe he filled up all the gas in the tanks in the back of the van. That's 2,500 miles. How many tanks are you going to need? I don't think they'll fit in a van.
These crazy hillbilly parents of his, they could have bought him a ticket to Antarctica right now. He could be on a expedition. He could be doing the next Planet Earth 3 video up in Antarctica.
It could be as close as Cuba.
Well,
Yeah, you could do Cuba also. Remember Fidel
hear.
Castro? That shithead.
Okay, try to limit the amount of cursing. I don't
Yeah,
want
I
to.
apologize. I get riled up with this stuff.
No, I
apologize,
understand.
guys.
I
don't mean
understand.
it
That's
at
why
all.
I'm just telling you, just try your best, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I totally apologize. Hey,
No worries.
one time, I don't know if you guys knew this, back in 1996, Bob Saget raped an underage girl.
Yeah, but what are we talking about? Let's stay on topic here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. One topic.
Yeah, this one. Frank is here. Hold on. Hey, Frank, is that
Let me
you?
get someone in here. Hold on.
Hello?
Hey, Frank,
Hey, guys.
how's it going?
Not too bad.
Good,
What's
good.
up?
What do you got to say?
What's the hot topic? What's the hot
What's that? Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm not on there anymore? Shit.
you're here, man. You're here.
Who's on this chat? There's so many people in shit. I can't keep track.
What's going on?
All right,
You're probably your
definitely
best
not on
bet.
there. Were you laughing your ass off, Ted?
No, your best bet is to make sure you're not on YouTube. Like the
Yeah, I
volume
hear
on
you right
YouTube.
now. Can you hear me, Charlie?
I don't know who Charlie is. I don't know what you're talking about. You got to
Oh,
mute
my
your.
bad. No, I was talking to no, I got a doorman down here. I live in New York City.
I feel bad for you.
Yeah, I do too. De Blasio, yeah.
Is Frank?
What were you saying?
Hello.
Hi, Frank.
There we go. Hey, guys. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. No problem, man. How's it going?
Not too bad. How about you?
Good, good. Where are you calling from?
Where am I calling from? That's a bit personal.
I don't mean your address, dude. I just mean what
No.
city.
No.
Right, we got a couple live wires tonight, man.
I guess everybody's drunk tonight.
Welcome to Wacky Wednesday. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, you got something this crazy. Yeah, people get ramped up and everything. I'm sorry, at least for my part.
All right, guys, calm
really
down.
into this.
Seriously.
I'm really mad.
I'm pissed off too, personally. That's all right, man.
All right, so Frank, what's your thoughts about what's happened today, if anything?
I don't know, my man. They can't find him. They can't find the guy. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, I know, and who knows how much longer it's going to take. Nick, if you want to call in, the pin message at the top, you just click on it. It says StreamYard.com, and then
Nick.
What do you guys think happened?
He probably got eaten by alligators, if anything.
What'd you say? I'm sorry, it was breaking up.
He probably got eaten by alligators.
You see, that's what they want you to think.
Nah, I think you gotta.
He fled
Steve in Tampa, go ahead.
In my opinion, he led the country, boys. I mean, it's the only logical explanation.
So, do you think he'd been to Florida at all?
I don't think so.
Bob in Albuquerque. Go ahead.
Dude. Hold on, man. This guy's out to drive me crazy.
Who?
No,
Not
the
me,
other guy.
I'm a good guy.
No. The other guy. I booted him. He was just being too annoying. Bob from Kentucky, whatever he was talking about.
Oh, yeah, Bob from Kentucky?
He was referencing the Jerky Boys.
Yeah, I know, but he kept going on and on and on. This guy from Minnesota or whatever, and then another one from Los Angeles. All right, let's take it down a couple of notches, man. I'm getting too hyped up. It's like 11:30 at night over here, boys.
I know. It's, well, sensitive topics and such. It's tough.
Well, I mean, it's frustrating more than anything. I mean, people want to know where he is, but I mean, who knows if we'll ever find him.
I think it's a moot point at this point. They probably will never find him, but I did hear today on the news that they do not consider him a suspect. I don't know how.
Crazy.
But
who else could have done it?
Yeah, exactly. They just want to question him, and that's what the police said. But I don't get why they would they say he's not considered a suspect just to have him, come forward? You know what I mean? Like, is that the case? And they're just saying that so he can go, I feel a little bit
This is
more.
a professional killer, boys. He dumped her ass right in the desert, and he fucking ran. They need to find him. Enough of these funny games. Searching the parents' car trunk and the fucking shed in the basement. I'm sick of it. They need to step up and find this guy before he kills somebody else.
Hang on. Let me add in Nick here. 1 second.
All right.
Hey, Nick, are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
How you doing, Nick?
Doing good.
Hey, Nick. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, guys?
Where are you calling from?
I'm from Oklahoma.
Killed Brian? Who do you think killed Brian? Just get to the point.
I think Brian. Yeah, what I don't know is, like, I know he's missing. I know they said he went camping, but did he go in a vehicle by himself, or did he go walking?
I personally think this guy may have killed him. Well,
it might have killed what?
I think he left.
Well, I didn't hear what he said, but yeah, it looks like it got disconnected. It's all right. Sorry, what were you saying? You thought what?
I know he went missing. They said he went camping, right?
Yeah.
But did they say from how he was gonna, go, or he went hiking? But did he go in a vehicle to the place he was gonna go hiking, or did he just go from his backyard? Or
Oh, you mean from the place close to his house?
Yeah.
Well, apparently he took the car, and then on Thursday, the parents said that there was a note on the car saying you got to take the car back or it's going to be towed. So they took it back home, and then they called the cops on Friday, the next day, and said, "Oh, Brian didn't come back," which again makes no sense. You take the car back, but you don't go looking for Brian, your own son.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't like that this guy shares my name.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Brian and Karen are tough names now.
That's my mother's name.
Are you serious?
Runs with the family, huh? I'm joking.
Well, it could be worse. It could be a laundry. So.
Yeah, all this confuses me, and I mean, it's a sad case, but I truly don't think if he's not dead, he'll never be found, and it's going to be one of these, Scott and Lacey type Peterson cases, where it takes however long to find him.
Yeah.
If he's alive, I think they'll find him. Who knows how long? Maybe days, weeks, months, or years. But I think he'll be found.
It's a big country. It's a big country. If
What is
he's
that one guy, the Golden State Killer? Didn't they like finally, figure out who it was after he's like 70, 90, 80 years old?
yeah,
It all
yeah,
gets
that's
figured out.
true. And that's all those 23andMe, and that's how they caught him, was through DNA, samples. But how, I mean, if he didn't leave anything behind, I mean, have they even performed an autopsy on that chick yet?
On which?
On the girl?
Like to know what was the actual cause of death.
Well, it's going to take about 2 weeks for the whole thing to be done.
Oh, okay. So they don't know the official cause of death yet.
I think they do.
They just said it was a homicide, so it's not like she fell or something like that.
Well,
yeah, they said, yeah.
it could be, I mean, there's many different ways of committing homicides. He could have pushed her off a cliff and she could have hit her head, or was it blunt force trauma, or was it strangulation, or, anything like that. I think if, she was stabbed or shot or something like that, that would have already come out.
Yeah, that's why I didn't understand when they said that it's a homicide. Like, if it was a cut or even a strangulation, if animals got to her within these 3 weeks, how can they determine that it was a strangulation? Because I'm sure animals would tear, unfortunately, being graphic, the skin off, and she would just be bones, wouldn't she?
Sure. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Yep.
Yeah, the article I saw and read was that they know it's a homicide, but yeah, like you said, the autopsy is what they're gonna do to find the cause of death. But it wasn't anything natural.
Oh
So
man, I don't
homicide.
know. Usually, the coroner says it's going to take at least a couple of weeks to determine, so it's going to be a while. At least they found her. I mean, I know it's going to destroy the parents, but I mean, at least there's some kind of closure for them as far as their daughter goes. Uh, it's in a way, I hope they find them alive, because the only reason why I want to find them alive is so that hopefully, maybe we can find out what happened. If he's gone, the only people that might know the truth is the parents, and that's it. But even then, we don't know.
Have the parents? They can't like how? What am I trying to say? They can't like hold the parents, can they, to question them? I mean, how people say that how could they have let Brian get away? The parents, can't they like kind of like hold them? So like I don't know, question them, I guess.
Well, the cops have been at their house for what, over a week now?
I thought it was like another house, like a second home, or is it just the parents' home?
I think they own a total of three homes, and I think two of them are in Long Island, where they're originally from.
Yeah.
But as far as the parents go, I mean, they're not the ones who are being charged, so they don't have to say anything either, and that's what's happening. They're not saying anything. Why would they say he went to that swamp place there if he's clearly not there? The only way he could have been there is if the alligators got him. Because again, how do you survive there for 8 days with a backpack? How much food and water is in that backpack? Not enough. Not enough for 8 days.
They sent out dive teams today.
Yeah, and they didn't find anything. But if an alligator eats them up, you're not going to find anything unless you go inside the alligator.
Do you guys think that he did kill her? I think it's obvious that he did.
I personally cannot speculate. I don't know. I mean, in this country, it should be quote unquote innocent until proven guilty, but that's not the way it works anymore. So I think that if he did kill her, that it was a crime of passion because they obviously both had mental issues. They obviously were both going at each other. And
Hang on, let me get Kai Kai in here. Hold on.
Oh man,
Kai Kai, are you there?
No, I'm not.
Hi,
Oh,
Kai
okay.
Kai.
I must
I
be
haven't heard
hearing.
you in forever.
Hi, Brian.
How are you, Kai Kai?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you guys?
Okay,
It's
just
been
trying to
good.
multitask here. So many people are calling in, and there's another one who wants to come in. Hold on.
Okay.
Adventure. Is this Adventure Kids Productions?
Hey,
Oh, it's a chick.
How are you?
good. How are you guys?
Good, good. Just trying to keep up with everybody. You guys keep talking amongst yourselves. I'll be here as well. Just want you guys to give your opinions as to what the hell's going on today and the rest of these days that passed.
Unfortunately, I've been watching the news with a live stream of the search all day long. So I do know that the parents ended up buying a camper as soon as he got home and took him on a camping trip for almost a week. And then he disappeared. And that was reported by Fox News today. Several of the neighbors have confirmed this.
So where's the camper?
In the driveway still. So it's really strange, like really fucking weird.
But you only heard this from one source?
No, it was reported on Fox News first around 2 o'clock today, and then it went viral. And it was an elderly couple. The neighbors was like an old white couple, and they're like, "Yeah, it was weird. We saw him out with his mom riding a bike." Doing yard work, and then they bought this new camper, and then we thought it was weird that the adult son would go camping with the parents, and now people are speculating like if he returned with them because nobody saw if he came back with them. I mean, obviously we know he didn't, but
Something new every day, even though, I mean, nobody knows where he is. There's just so many stories that are coming up, and every hour something new.
like, do you think that they would spend this much money and time and resources if they didn't have a good lead that he was there?
Well, look at it this way: all these searches that are going on, it's all going towards the taxpayers, right, that are paying for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you guys aren't pissed off about that, then I don't know.
You would be shocked at what our tax money goes to.
Well, did you see the crazy searches that were going on for this clown?
Are you asking me? No,
Anybody. I mean,
Do you think
the
it's
dog.
possible that he is linked to all these other murders and like that it's a mass, like a serial killer type situation, and that's why the FBI is being so tight-lipped about everything?
I don't think so.
No, I don't. I'm not of that opinion. I think he's just some dipshit who, got in too deep and overreacted with emotions, and that's not good for a man to do because it ends up in tragedy.
I don't think he's in the woods or in the swamp.
Well, the other thing I didn't get either is when they mentioned the two the couple there that got killed, they really didn't follow up much about that, did they? Like, I mean, who murdered them? There's no talk about that.
Right. The dad of one of the girls I saw online today, he was saying that the timeline matches up, but as far as he understands, the interactions don't match up, but he's still searching for answers. And then tonight, John Walsh was supposed to air an episode about the whole situation, and it just didn't premiere. And lots of people online were going crazy, like, why isn't this on? There's a whole bunch of like rumors already that the FBI asked them not to air it. So I found that weird.
So did you hear anything else about that couple? Like, who might have done it or what happened to them
No,
exactly, or nothing,
no,
right?
Nope.
That's kind of odd. I mean, you talk about one case, but you don't talk about another, and you just sweep it under the rug, kind of. I mean, Bri, you don't
The
think that
whole,
they're connected, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
I think this is one singular case of a crime of passion.
mm-hmm.
And if he did kill her, whatever way he did, whether again strangulation or push her off a cliff or whatever it is,
Uh-huh.
I think it's just a crime of passion. Emotions got heated, and you have always heard those stories about emotions getting high and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So
I agree. I think he strangled her.
that's
If
what
he
I
if he if he pushed her off a cliff or something, then he would have just stayed there and fessed up, saying, it was an
Mm-hmm.
accident. I mean, that's easy to do. She could have just you just say she slipped or something. But
true.
obviously that didn't happen, or else he wouldn't have fled the way he did, or gone wherever he went.
That's true. That's very true. If it was, if it was an accident, he could have easily said, "Yeah, it was an accident." And I agree with what's her name? The
Cassandra.
Cassandra.
Oh, it's Cassandra. Okay.
Okay, I agree with Cassandra. I really think that he strangled her and then just left her, wherever he left her. That's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. Is that's what happened.
Yeah,
But
same.
even the people that are saying that he fled the country, he's here, he's there, he's nowhere to be found around here, we're making him sound like he's a mastermind. The guy looks like a tool. I've said this yesterday too. He can't be that smart. Did you guys saw the body cam video? He was gloating every minute.
He looks like a dumbass. He looks like a dumbass Floridian.
Yeah,
That's what he
that's true.
looks like.
I think people are giving him way more credit than he deserves. That's why I do think they'll find him. I think it's possible, at least, that he's somewhere in Florida, close to home. Because think about his age. Like, he's so young. He's out of his mind, running on adrenaline, scared. I mean, I don't know. I just think he's got to be somewhere near home or like hiding out with family somewhere in the United States.
You know what makes it so obvious that the parents are involved in this? How many cases in your entire life have you ever seen when your own kid goes missing, the parents not even giving a damn, not one time saying, "Oh my God, Brian, I hope you're okay." Go on video, show yourself, say how worried you are. Nothing. There has been no mention that the parents are worried or concerned about their own son.
That's like classic abuser parents too. I feel like they don't care about Gabby. They only care about their son.
But okay, but if you really think that something has happened to him, or he's missing for real, wouldn't you be like, "Oh my God, I gotta go in front of the camera and tell the world, like, look for my son, help him," or whatever, right? That would be the normal thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think anybody wants to hear that, you know? Like, I don't
No,
know.
but I mean
They
for them to
lawyered
clear
up
their
so
own name.
quick.
Everybody is saying that the parents are involved. In order for them to clear their own name, at least fake that you're concerned for his well-being.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. When people don't even pretend to adhere to social norms, that's a huge red flag for sure. Like, but all of it is a red flag. Like, we know that they're pieces of shit. She lived in the house with them for a year before they went on this trip, and they
Uh,
know how their son is. Like, we know how their son is from his Instagram. So, like, surely they know how their son is, and they watched them in this abuse cycle, I'm sure. Like, this is all speculation, but this is my opinion. And, they knew and they let it happen. And then I'm sure they weren't shocked to find out what happened, and they covered it up and the best they could and tried to help. And, like, I don't know, they just seem like shitty people all around. So
yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Do you think they should be charged by now?
I think that if it comes out that they knew he was where he was or that he committed a crime when they filed that missing persons report, then they could be charged with, you know, lying to the police and like filing a false report. But it would have to get like so far along in the case.
So if this continues like this for days, weeks, months, at what stage can they, if any, charge the parents? They
They
can't,
would
right?
have to
Until
have proof. Yeah, once they catch him, and if then they found proof that they knew, and they might already. Who knows what they found, what the FBI has found, what phones they have, what, cell phone records. I know that they served a warrant for all the electronics, I think, in the parents' and possibly even the sister's house.
Mm.
So it'll be interesting to see over the next couple months what comes out. But like the craziest thing is that they're being so tight-lipped about everything. Like we don't know any actual details, which is really telling. I think all the silence speaks volumes to the guilt that's going on there.
But what can they charge them with? Accessories to murder? They don't even know if he murdered her.
No, but if they find out that he did murder her and they knew, then they helped him flee this, leave, and which I don't think technically would be a crime, but I think that since they're the ones that called the police to file a missing persons report, if they knew where he was when they did that, like to distract police, that they could be charged with obstruction of justice or filing a false police report, you know?
That that could be obstruction of justice, but again, they can't be charged with accessories to murder if they don't
No,
know
no, no.
if they don't know right now if he actually killed her.
But we do know, I mean, that's a really crazy news today that to find out that as soon as he came home, they bought that white camper that sits in their yard with the red truck, and they took it on a camping trip with him, and he probably didn't come back. That's crazy. Like that tells me that they were actively trying to hide him, which if they knew something could potentially be a crime. You know what I mean? If they've already lied to the FBI.
You know, a lot of excuse me, a lot of parents will do a lot of things for their children.
It's
Um,
crazy,
but to cover up a murder or hide
right?
somebody that is suspected of murder, uh, parents obviously are not in their right minds.
I think that in Brian's mind and these parents' minds, and this is just from like my own personal experience, I'm not saying I know anything, but like I think that they think it's Gabby's fault. Do you know what I mean? Like she pushed him to this point. She irritated him so much that this happened. So they're just like in this defensive, reactive, like protect our child cycle that they've probably been in with him for their whole life.
Well, you know what? I mean, honestly, I've been in those relationships where, the woman has driven me absolutely crazy. Um, but I never once thought of, well, I have to murder her. So
Right. Well,
it's
you're a keeper then.
well,
That, that's what Brian's boyfriend said. Yeah, you'll get our little sarcasm and dark humor once you stick around for a while. It's all in good fun. But in all seriousness, though, how long do you think people's attention is going to be focused on this as far as time goes? Like, of course, right now it's still a very hot topic. People are interested, but eventually, if it continues like this day after day, week after week, month after month, do you think it's just going to go by the wayside? Like,
two
eventually it's going to have to, right?
2 weeks.
Like, yeah, like anything. I mean,
That's all I give it.
Yeah, eventually the FBI is going to have to make a statement and say, basically, we didn't find anything in this search, and our search will be ongoing in other places. If you see anything, report it. Okay, bye. You know? and then we won't hear about it until they get another clue or something. But I don't know. I do have a feeling that they're going to find him.
Well, hopefully sooner rather than later. But there's millions of cases of missing persons that go years and forever that they haven't been found.
But the difference is we have him, like, we know exactly where he was up into very recently, and like everything he was doing was very well documented, and it was all across like state lines. So you have multiple agencies involved. So I don't know. The manpower that they're putting into this down here in Florida is insane. Like
That's what I'm saying.
insane.
That's all tax money.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, did you say you're in Florida?
Yeah, I'm in Florida. I'm in
Are
Pinellas
you close to
County.
there?
A couple hours.
Oh, really?
Hours away. Yeah.
So I guess you get more news than we would, anyways.
I've been watching the live, like there's a YouTube feed of his house all day, of like reporters outside of his house just chilling, waiting in case something happens. I watch that, and then there's a feed of them out at the search that like a local news does every day, all day, and the
Is that the
like
WFLA?
helicopter. Yeah. And they've been putting like, they'll randomly be like no fly for a couple hours, you can't fly, and you can see the plane, like you can see the sheriff chopper where it goes. They're
Yeah.
definitely circling down to like a certain area, and I don't know.
Let me get Ty in here. Hold on. Hey Ty, buddy, how's it going?
Hey man, how's it going?
Welcome back once again, man.
Yeah, man, I just can't get enough of your not your podcast, your stream. I just can't get enough of it, man.
That's awesome. I appreciate that, buddy.
I was just wondering if you guys had heard about the sonogram and whatnot, if you thought that was legit.
Yes.
Dude, that was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So do you think it was real, or do you think it's evidence tape or whatever? Like other people were saying it could have just been debris from evidence cataloging.
I mean, it looked like a sonogram to me. I don't know why that would just be laying there. And it looked kind of straight and as if it was just sitting there. I'm sorry, let me get rid of this fan. It's really loud. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
It did look real. It did look really real. But again, like they did have on the trees, they had spray painted, where maybe possible bullets had gone.
So, I mean, what do you think about the sonogram? Do you think it's legit, or do you think it's that just tape?
I don't know. If it was real, I don't think that's the reason that he killed her.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people, especially with the books and stuff, they're just trying to extrapolate this to make this like a true crime novel. But really, it's just a tragedy,
Yeah, I think that she, just was upset, and I think they just got into their normal abuse cycle, and he went too far. You know what I mean? I think it was something that happened regularly, because like if you look at her pictures, her eyes can barely open. And I was thinking like, oh, she must smoke a lot, and then I'm like, no, like she looks tragic. Like she looks deeply sad.
I saw that video that Nikki. Oh yeah, I agree completely. I saw that as well, Nikki. But I mean, they weren't talking about the sonogram things. They were talking about the little placards. But the sonograms are, that thing, is not on the other posts. But yeah, I agree. What are your thoughts about the relationship in general?
Hold on, Ty. Do me a favor. When you reply, just read the message out loud so that in case other people they're just like listening in or whatever, they'll know what you're answering.
Oh yeah, I can't see it either.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people just like to listen in because we're not exactly video, right? It's more like audio. So
right.
If you can do that, thanks, man.
Yeah. So Nikki said another channel said those weren't sonograms; they're actually all over the park, and they're from the area. So I saw that video as well, and it wasn't the sonograms they were saying that was all over the area, from my understanding. It was these little placards that could be just saying what campsite it is or some memorial for
Let me get Wade in here. Hold on a second. Let me get Wade in here.
Okay.
Wade, how's it going?
Hello.
Yeah, welcome into the chat, and just jump in whenever you feel. You guys can continue.
So yeah, I mean, I think that it might still be that. I think it still, might be a sonogram. And then a lot of editing where you can like see really well when the door closes, and that guy like chills.
Yes.
When I watched the video.
That's crazy. What's so crazy about that video is the people that shot that video live like one town over from me.
Wow. That's
They were out
crazy.
there like vlogging because do you guys know that story, right? Like about
Mm-hmm.
the people that took that video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't want to like tell it again for the
Wait,
100th time, but
Wade, where are you calling from, Wade?
Oh, I'm calling from the Midwest.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You called in before, right? I think so.
Yes, I've called in once or twice.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts about, well, the lack of things that happened today? Any change in thoughts or what?
I haven't really caught up on everything that happened today. I know the last thing I knew about was that they brought in dive teams and stuff, and I was curious as to what that was about, but I don't really have any new information.
Yeah.
it was mostly swamp out there is a problem.
Isn't that
Like
crazy though?
it's like 70% water.
But
So
isn't that nuts that they're having divers in there with freaking alligators?
yeah.
Is it really worth that? Like, I understand that
I
we want to
mean,
find him, but I mean, if he's under the water, he's probably dead. With
alligators aren't that aggressive.
They aren't.
Not like people think that they are. We swim in rivers with alligators here a lot, so like even the camp that my kids go to a Christian camp out here on the Alafaya River, and they let them swim in there with alligators. They're like, it's not a big deal, and it's been going on for like 20 years. So I don't know.
I don't know, man. That sounds scary. I don't know.
I know, right?
Brian, you still there? Brian.
Oh, I'm still here. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you a message. I think Nikki has a question for you. I'm just gonna put it on the screen right now. It looks like it's directed towards you. Okay. It's that one there. You want to answer that one, Brian?
So
what do people think of Brian following so many trans women, repressed homosexual who couldn't bring himself to be with
a regular?
I'm assuming she's asking you, Brian.
With a regular. Okay.
That's why I don't like sharing my name with other people.
Hey man, you got to get a spam account. You got to get a throwaway account.
I'm telling you.
I'm on right now, man.
I should change my name.
Wait. Can I plug my podcast real quick so you guys can come follow me and see me and whatever? I can talk to you guys.
Man, you've been good. Yeah, shout it out.
Cool. It's Cassandra Explains It All, and I just do I talk shit about old shows. And if any of you guys are really cool. If any of you guys want to talk an old show or movie, you should hit me up so that we can do that.
That's
Brian, we're totally into that. We are totally
cool.
And I know that Cassandra Explains It All is Clarissa Explains It All, which was one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
Love those old shows.
Is this you on YouTube? With the red background?
Oh.
No, I'm not on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. Cassandra Explains It All.
Oh, okay.
You'll find me on there. Yeah.
I'm gonna add you. I'll add you.
Cool. Hell yeah. Yeah. DM me and be like, it's the guy from the Gabby Petito stream.
Yo, Brian, remind me of the name afterwards, okay?
Cassandra Explains It All. I'm looking. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, remind me about it later.
Oh, she's got her second picture is Mark Summers from Double Dare.
Yeah, I just interviewed him. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he is. He's got OCD really bad, but I just followed you.
Cancer.
You could put a link in the private chat for a rabbit.
Yeah, that way I can follow you later after the stream time.
Yeah.
I just followed you, Cassandra.
And Wally was actually a wild alligator. Wasn't raised in captivity. Wow.
Damn.
That's really
I want to say something on the sonogram that just because that there possibly, or it looks like there likely are some sort of signs put up there by the park, that doesn't rule out the possibility that one of those is a sonogram.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. 100%.
Is it confirmed that we think the gun picture is real?
I don't know. Although I heard he did have a concealed carry permit. I'd be surprised if he didn't take it with him.
Did he really? Wow.
Yeah, I heard he did. I think it was.
Yeah, there's a picture of Gabby holding the gun, and then on the picture of like the back on get on Twitter and just type in Gabby gun and it'll pop up. and it's her holding it and then like an old Facebook picture, and then it's a side by side of a picture with a gun. It's literally sitting like on a book next to the sandals on the back of the van. But if you're not looking for it, you wouldn't see it. It's crazy.
Wow.
Melissa, you said to message you.
But I still
what did
don't
you
think
need?
he shot her. Sorry.
I feel like they would have gotten him way sooner than that. I mean, because there's ballistics and whatnot. Unless he obviously it's kind of morbid, but unless he removed the bullet, I mean, ballistics are pretty hardcore these days.
I am more obsessed now with Cassandra's Instagram. She's got Romeo and Michelle. She's got Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh, I love Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Goosebumps was the other one. Remember Goosebumps?
Oh yeah, dude. My childhood.
Yeah.
Right.
I was
we were
born in
talking
2000s,
about you can't do that on television. You remember that? That's what Brian was talking about the other day.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about.
Alanis Morissette.
So I'm just curious about a vote from you guys. Who thinks that he's still in there, or if he's still alive, still in the refuge?
I say 100% still alive, and I don't think if he was ever in that particular park that they were looking in, that it was only for part of a day. That's my speculation.
Okay. Everybody else?
Hold on, Miss Melissa. I don't know how to PM you on here. It wouldn't be a private message. It would be like public.
Yeah, she has to go to the StreamYard and she can private message with you, but you can't do that from the YouTube.
Yeah, Melissa, you'd have to click on the actual StreamYard link, and then you can message me privately in there. But yeah, I can't do it through YouTube because everybody will be able to see it. Anyway, sorry guys, go ahead.
I think, man, I kept thinking like he's run, he had all these plans, but then I had to come back down to reality. I think like one of you guys said, he's not that smart, and I keep telling myself like he's so young, and he's probably scared and close to his home or close to some type of family. I don't know. I think he's still out there trying to be a little survivalist, and I think they're gonna fucking catch him. I hope. Anyway.
I hope they catch him.
Yeah. And he'll get off, I'm sure. He'll go to court and say that she was crazy and she attacked him, and then a bunch of bros will be like, yeah, we all saw it on the cam. And then he'll get off and he'll write a book called If I Did It.
Does anybody think that he has the guts to off himself?
Yeah.
No.
I think it's reasonable. I mean,
you really
with
think
the kind of attention he gets, man, I mean, his life is like, as you said, I mean, I don't know if I'm writing some book. I mean, he better hope that if he is alive, he gets caught by the police. Because if he got caught by the public, that would be not good for him. But I think, with everyone saying all these things about him, I don't think a normal human being, or even just like even an abnormal person, could just, unless he's a pure, complete psychopath, could not have some sort of emotional problem with that.
Melissa,
so I think he killed himself, and he probably got ate by a gator. If I put
Melissa,
that like 70%.
You can call in by phone. Yeah, that'll work as well. Computer or cell phone, both ways will work. So 50-50 on alive or dead.
Oh, they totally got rid of evidence, probably. I mean, they had a week. Did you guys hear the new developments that they apparently, that the neighbor said, as soon as they got home, they immediately left with some sort of camping stuff, with like a camper? What if they set him up a place to go?
I know, right? Now it's like the theories are endless. Did they take him somewhere and leave him? Where the fuck were they? Where is all the cam footage of them traveling on that trip? Like, we don't even know where they went. I think the FBI knows a lot. I'm hoping anyway.
Well, they didn't even keep a guy on him. They could have put one deputy in the back. The media's got the front, and that's it. But they couldn't put one guy on him, and now they have to put 80 guys on him, and who knows how many analysts and people on the phones.
Or imagine if there was someone that was supposed to be on him, and he let his guard down and was like playing on the phone, doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing, and the guy got by.
That would be really not bueno.
No, because that search has already cost millions of taxpayer dollars. You got to remember, that's not free. That's coming out of taxpayers' pocket.
Oh, what happened with? Did anybody catch the John Walsh one tonight?
Nope.
No, it like didn't air, and then a
Oh,
bunch
did
of
it?
people freaked out. And yeah, everybody was pissed because they signed up for the service so that they could see it, and then it didn't air. And now people are like saying rumors online that maybe the FBI told them not to air it yet. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I do find it weird that
But what
John
was he
Walsh was
supposed
promoting
to?
it literally
Yeah,
yesterday and it didn't air.
what was he
That's
supposed to be saying
wild.
on it? That's so like
Yeah, he
private.
better give their money back.
Isn't that interesting that there's so many details that they're not telling us? Like, there's something bigger going on here. That's why I do tend to think maybe he did have something to do with those murders out there. Because why is everything so hush hush? Like, maybe they
Mm,
Well,
accidentally let him go, then realized he had something to do with the murders, and we're like, oh, we're screwed.
it
Like, we
was a
have to go
gunman.
full.
But what would he say to Gabby? You know, I'm just gonna go off and be creepy and go kill 2 people and then come back?
It was the night that they were separated, was when it happened.
Gosh, could you imagine if he lost it that night and just
Like,
went,
what are the
oh,
chances? What are the chances
that was that
that those
night?
girls got murdered that same night in the
Oh
same
my
area?
But
And the
apparently,
freaking
apparently,
incident was outside of the girls' work. What are
but
the
apparently
chances of
the
that?
apparently the show was on because there's like 3 people in the chat saying that it was on ID Discovery or something.
It was supposed to be, but it didn't air. I mean, I watched the full episode and they didn't say anything about Gabby, nothing. It was just
Hmm.
a total different episode, California something. But if people watch it like live, well, no, I mean, I saw people tweeting saying they were watching it live on cable and it wasn't the episode. So if anybody saw it in the chat, let me know. Like, actually saw it.
Yeah, Richard says all it said that they are looking for Brian. Well,
Huh.
that's not really groundbreaking.
Yeah. Man.
So what did they give a reason why they didn't air it, or like what kind of information could they possibly have?
I don't know, but he was talking about I'm gonna profile him. It's gonna be the whole episode. I'm coming for him, and then it was just nothing. There was so many people tweeting pissed off about it. It was insane.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You see that? You see the message on the screen? They said that they saw it.
Hmm. So, were you able to completely confirm that it was on the same night that those 2 women died on the same night they were separated and the times and everything? But
I
wouldn't they
believe
be?
so. I'm like 98% on that, but I have to double check it. Like,
I heard they
yeah.
officially the police ruled him out and said that was wrong because I mean, wouldn't they have hotel cameras to see whether he left at that time at night? I'm gonna guess they saw him on the hotel cameras and were like, nope.
Well, I think first off, the government paid for the hotel. Like, not the government, but like an agency that helps with people, and I think that it was probably like a motel that
Wait,
maybe
really?
didn't even have maintenance cameras because they mentioned they mentioned the name of the hotel in the cam footage of where they're going to send him actually if you watch it. But I know that the police department said originally they said there's no connection. Well, today I read a statement from them saying they're not ruling out any possibilities and they have no leads. And I know that a lot of locals were like, this is not like this was not a local. This is weird. So who knows? But I mean, people get murdered all the time, all over the place. So who knows? But I find it very fucking bizarre that the place that they were arguing outside of is where the girl works, you know? And I think maybe he thought that they called 911 on them or something. I really don't know.
I can interject. I know quite a bit about the details of what we're talking about here. So the domestic disturbance occurred outside of, is it Moonflower? Is that the name of the
Yeah, the
store?
Moonflower.
So it occurred occurred outside of Moonflower. If you watch the body cam footage, Brian says in the footage, we were there from 9 to 3:30 p.m., something like that. I read an article that said that Kylan worked, am I saying her name right? But she worked that day from the exact time from 9 to I think 3:30 p.m. at the Moonflower, which that's an interesting coincidence. So that was on the 12th. Then on the 13th, the last time that Kylan and her wife were seen alive was coming out of Woody's Tavern, and that was on the 13th at either 8:30 or 9:30 p.m. at night.
Which didn't people confirm that they saw him there as well?
I don't know that it was confirmed, but I did hear some people say that. And
so it's possible. We don't know for a fact, but it's definitely a possibility that maybe the police aren't putting out there.
And we also don't know for certain when the couple were murdered because they weren't found until the 18th. So there's no way to know exactly when they were murdered, but we can make the assumption, since no one heard from them after the night of the 13th was the last time that anyone heard from them or saw them.
Have you seen all this stuff coming out today about the restaurants they stopped at along the way are all coming out now saying people are coming out of the woodwork saying they saw them fighting, him going crazy on hostess and having to like get the management and her crying and them getting kicked out of restaurants and all this.
Apparently it was about money is what I heard as well. Maybe they're having lots of financial problems.
I would imagine that they are.
I mean, he seems so emotionally unstable.
But his parents had a bunch of money. They had a pretty successful business, is my understanding, and they had multiple homes. I can't imagine he couldn't just send a chat over, be like, "Hey, can I have like $800? You know, something like that."
Yeah, and you wonder how much that plays into him leaving and hiding too. That money.
Oh, they could have easily put money in Bitcoin, give him the address, send him to Cuba. And that's it.
But like, why do you really want to go to jail? Like, what the fuck, man? Are people not scared of the FBI?
I mean, not anymore.
Right? Apparently, there's nothing to be scared of.
Like, I used to be a little bit like, whoa. Like, you watch the Edward Snowden stuff, you're like, these people are on it. They're not on it.
Yeah. They're not on it at all.
I mean, maybe they should be, you know? If they're going to violate all of our constitutional rights, at the best they can do is get the guy when they need to.
Exactly. I'm curious. So, like, since the crime occurred in Florida or in Utah or Wyoming, but if they catch him in Florida, like, where are they going to try him? Because we have the death penalty.
I heard Denver was taking over the case, so I'm going to guess that they probably have. I just wanted to let you know, Turning Rabbit, that isn't, you know, private, just in case she decides, you know, whether she wants to post her phone number in the chat.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't.
But I'm pretty sure Denver is taking over the jurisdiction because they're the ones leading it. So that's my thought.
Interesting.
Where
what do
did
you
she
guys
work?
think about the death penalty?
Well, hold on. Where did she work? At a juice place or something, right? And doesn't his parents own a juicing company or something like that?
Yeah.
Yep.
So is there some kind of connection there?
I think so.
The names didn't match up when I looked it up. I don't think she worked there.
There's rumors that mom worked for the district attorney's office in Long Island before they moved down here, but that's not confirmed. Yeah, I've been trying to find proof of that all night, but haven't been able to find it. But I've heard it like a lot online, so I don't know.
If she did, she probably have, you know, insider's view on exactly what they needed to do to make sure this didn't have a problem.
Yeah, right.
Ooh. Yeah, I think the FBI has a lot more stuff than they're saying. And another reason people are getting really mad, they're calling him person of interest, but it's like, well, they want to make it as much as possible for him to come out. Obviously, he's a suspect, you know, 2 search warrants. And they also did a search warrant at his sister's house. These are federal search warrants. They're not easy to get. You have to have legit evidence. He's not just someone to talk to. He's the dude.
Yeah,
what were you saying about... Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, Ty, you asked a question about death penalty. I want to hear everybody's thoughts on that.
I don't think we can kill people because we can never be 100% sure that they're actually guilty. And even if one person, I don't remember who said this, but it was some Greek philosopher, you know, better that 10 men go free and, you know, guilty men go free than one innocent man get, you know, killed. And I just don't think that that's something we should be doing. Although I do think we should put people away forever.
If you find out and he admits that he killed her, then what? Death penalty or not? Still no.
Put him in jail forever.
But so you have no problem paying for him to, like, eat off
It's
your money
actually
and
more
stuff.
expensive to have him executed because of all the appeals process than it is to have him sit in prison for the rest of his life.
So
Statistically.
So you don't believe in an eye for an eye? I mean, if he did something to Gabby, he should get the same result. No?
I think that we want to think that's like good for everybody, but it's not. Like, I'm not saying he shouldn't sit the rest of his life in jail, but to have a death penalty at all, at some point, there are innocent people who've been exonerated who were innocent from DNA evidence. Not to say he is. I'm just saying that I don't believe in the death penalty in general.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get Melissa in here.
Pedophiles
Hey,
and
Melissa,
sex
how are you?
offenders, or pedophiles and sex offenders should be put to death, especially pedophiles. That's my opinion.
I agree. I agree.
The death penalty
People
should
who
be in
kill
place
children
for
or
them.
people who just like feel that way. Because there's a lot of people who feel that way. It's like a problem.
I'm not even. Well,
Be more specific. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Melissa, are you there?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good, good. So you want to share your thoughts as well? You can jump in at any time.
Awesome. That's good.
All right. So Ty, you're saying that you don't believe in it, no matter what, like no matter how heinous the crime is.
Well, the issue with the death penalty is that you cannot be 100% sure that they're guilty. We like to think we are. We like to think, we have DNA evidence. We have this. People have been exonerated after the fact. And this is disproportionately for black people. They get killed by
all
the
right.
government.
No, I'm
especially
gonna
in
jump.
Southern
I'm gonna
countries.
jump. All right. Good to talk to you all.
All right. Take it easy, Brian.
See you later.
Later.
So I just don't think we should be, killing people, especially if we can't
Well,
be 100% sure they're guilty.
That's true. But the sad part is, even if he does get caught, he'll probably end up not doing that much time. He could even get off. Most people that have violent offenses end up back on the streets, with more victims. It's just a shitty system all around. You would like this movie called The Life of David Gale, and it stars Kevin
I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
So good.
It's all about the
So
death penalty.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Nicole is not liking what you got to say, Ty.
Ty is
They
bullshit.
should just let Gabby's dad have a go
Give
at
me
him.
give me your best argument, Nicole.
I think she's talking about the whole, well, you know what. Let's see what she has to say. But I'm pretty sure because she doesn't agree with what you're saying about the death penalty. I mean, I don't agree either, but I'm not going to, tell you, it's bullshit or something. But that's why everybody has their own opinions and comments. That's why I allow everybody to call in.
I like the idea of killing somebody that's done something wrong, but in practicality, like he's saying, it doesn't always play out that way.
Yeah. Here's Ty. She's back. Hey,
Sorry,
Ty.
I got unplugged.
That's okay. I was saying that, of course, people disagree, but
Can I jump in?
Everybody's different, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's why I let everybody speak.
So
we're not all going to agree.
Ty, there are actually cases where it's 100% certainty. I can think of one in particular that was fairly recent, just a few years ago. A man by the name of Thomas Bruce went into a Catholic supply store, and there were 3 women there, and he commanded the 3 women to perform acts upon him. I'll just leave certain words out because they're stream. Yeah. And one of them refused. And so he executed her in front of the other 2. And the other 2 cooperated, and then he left them alive and left. So the 2 people could clearly identify him and witness the full thing. So in that case, I think that's 100% certainty of what took place.
Okay.
I guess. But when it's proven that humans have horrible memory. And if you're traumatized and you see a suspect that they're telling you, is this the person? You can easily make that the person in your mind. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying you'll have to keep that in the back of your mind that people's memories are completely fallible.
You know what would be even better than the death penalty? How about this? Instead of the death penalty, instead of life in prison or whatever, let the parents of the victim do what they want with that person. How about that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Is that fair?
130. Well, no.
Why not?
Because
It goes back
since
to what Ty
19 because
said.
since
If they're innocent.
1976, 138 innocent people have been confirmed to be innocent who are on death row that we know of. So that's 138
Okay, but I'm
people.
talking about the ones that are for sure guilty,
Well,
man. DNA
they
nowadays
all think
proves
they're
it.
legit. They all think they're legit, and some of them aren't. And I'm not okay with the government killing. Like the government's shitty at everything.
No,
Why do
I
we
didn't
want to
say
give the government the power to kill
I
people?
said the person that's for sure guilty, like what Wade was saying, that person that killed that woman. Or why not give him to that woman's parents? What's wrong with that?
I mean, I think that we've gotten to a point in society where it's not. We don't need to hold on to our most basic desires when it comes to this
Right.
stuff. And
It's so savage.
Yeah, like right now we're talking through electrons. We can't get above that.
The problem is that
I'm guessing Ty doesn't have
Brian,
children.
I don't.
no,
'Cause I'm
but like
19.
Brian's untreated. He has untreated mental illness, and that's so once these people get arrested like this, they start taking medication and they get diagnosed, and then hopefully they feel like shit about what they did, and they recover and they live this life in jail. And it just proves that like they could have been living a healthy, more successful, productive life in society if they had mental health treatment throughout their life. And obviously his parents didn't give a shit about his mental health. That's clear to me. I mean, I don't know, but that's just my opinion. But like it's a societal problem. We don't give a shit about mental health.
I agree. I'm sorry. I'm not exactly what your name is. The guy who said that I don't have kids or whatever.
Wade.
I just want to ask you a question.
Wade.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, right now. So I guess my question is that if we're talking about killing people, are you okay with a certain amount of innocent people dying?
No, I tend to lean more toward agreeing with your argument. I can stand with that, but I can also say there are cases where I think it's 100% beyond reasonable doubt. And Rabbit was simply saying in a hypothetical situation where we know that this person did that, then how do you feel? And I don't feel like you were answering that question from his point of view of how he was asking the question. You kept trying to find the out of, okay, well, what? No, because we're never 100%. And I disagree. There are going to be some cases, maybe it was caught on camera, where it's 100%. And he's saying, in that case, how do you feel? And the reason I said, well, you probably don't have children, because in the case of, if you had a child, someone breaks into the house and you've got a gun in your hand and you witness this person kill your child, do you just spare them at that point?
No.
No, I mean, obviously in that kind of situation, no one is going to make the decision to let them sit there. I mean, you're in a high emotional state,
They do. It's
But
crazy.
that's the same thing I was talking about. If somebody commits a murder, and like Jeffrey Dahmer, he admitted he did it. How much more? How is he not guilty? How can
that's
he
a
not?
Great example. Oh my God.
I mean, he admitted it.
Right.
So what about those parents? What about their brothers and sisters? Let them have them. Why not?
Well, I mean, I guess the decision is, it's like, are you like? I guess at the very end, the final question is, when it comes to responsibility, if none of us are born, decide that we're born, and none of us decide our brain physiology, and no one, decide their experiences. And if free will is a construct, which based on all physics it is, right? Like you don't decide that, your neurons in the brain are not somehow, immune to the laws of physics, which means that you've literally can't decide anything. And the reason you should put people in jail is so they can't hurt other people. And I think that should be the one reason you put people in jail. You put people in jail so they can't hurt other people. I think that's the only moral reason to put someone in jail.
Ty, just simple question, man. Jeffrey Dahmer, would you let the parents of the deceased have at him or not? Just yes or no? Because if you say no to that, then it doesn't matter who the killer is. You'll say no to anybody.
I disagree with the death penalty on principle. So I don't
you're saying no?
Any death. I'm saying that you don't kill anybody. if it's not necessary to save
it's
life
a horrible.
or prevent
I
death.
mean, you're not wrong. Like, do we really want the
But do I
government
want to? Would I
deciding to
want to? Yeah.
exterminate people?
But I'm not going to.
I think Wade sees it my way. I'm pretty sure, even though he's not saying a word, I know he's agreeing with me.
Well, I agree with both of you. So I agree with Ty in the sense that I don't want to see innocent people executed. So whatever laws we need to have in place to prevent that from happening, I'm good with that. But then again, I felt like Rabbit was just asking. He's trying to, I think, ask a question of morality, not so much a question of the legal system. And so, in the case of that, then yeah, I'm going to have to side with where Rabbit's going on that.
Mm.
And especially, it just makes me sick at my stomach to even think of the names. The person you just said. Whenever I know some of the stuff that took place, it just disgusts me. I mean, that's a real darkness there, and yeah, I don't know. And by the way, Darkness, that's really interesting what you said about his dad. I didn't know that. The last thing I'd seen about his dad said that he had no idea how this happened because they had a perfectly normal. And even I thought that Jeffrey had said the same thing, that it was a normal childhood. So I wasn't aware of that. That's really interesting.
Who, that Jeffrey Dahmer had a normal childhood?
Yeah, that's what I thought I'd heard. In other words, typically...
Yeah, he said that, but he was a pathological liar too, and there wasn't like that much records of his childhood, really, is the kind of general consensus. And it's also rumored that his grandfather was actually his father.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't dig too much into that because it was just too dark for me.
Rabbit?
Ty, do you know the answer to that question on the screen?
Which one?
Hellfire asking.
Hellfire, y'all have the pillow and steering wheel. Was it used to make sure the blood on the steering wheel didn't use to suffocate her? I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it either.
Whoa.
That's possible. It did kind of
Holy
look like
shit.
there was something on the steering wheel from the video. So, I mean, yeah.
I did hear people say it was a pillow. I assumed, from being someone that has lower back problems, that whenever I drive long distances, my back starts killing me. So if that van didn't have any good kind of lumbar support, I assumed that that's what the pillow was that was on the seat. But
that's potentially true, yeah.
So Melissa, are you still there?
Yep. I'm
what
listening.
do you think? So what do you think about the death penalty? Just between us. Are you for it or against it? I want somebody on my side, damn it.
Between us.
My fellow Canuck, come on, man.
Well, it's funny because I've taken a paralegal course, and so I know that the laws are very gray. They're not just black and white.
Right.
So it's very complicated, and I'd have to say that, yeah, if there was, you clearly did this, then you should.
Right. So you're agreeing with me.
Right.
This is what I'm trying to say.
You know.
Just want somebody on my side, damn it.
Canada used to have capital punishment, but we don't anymore, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a reason why we don't have it anymore.
Yeah, Ty, Nikki's asking you, I guess, this one. But
I saw that. I just wanted to answer.
Nikki, it's kind of a little too straightforward. I mean, that's a little...
Oh, no, I'll answer it. It's fine. No,
all right,
as
long as you've got no problem with it.
It's okay. My feelings, they'll be just okay. It's our job as people to stop other people from using their base impulses, to help people make the most moral decision we can. That's why we live in a society, I think. So I think that, yeah, obviously, if someone kills the person you love, you want to take revenge. But I think that we need to move on as a species almost from our most base desires and help each other stop that from happening.
See, I don't think that. See, I don't see it that way as taking revenge. You killed my brother, so I'm gonna kill you. That, I don't know. That doesn't. I wouldn't do it that way. It'd be, well, you took another person's life. Nobody has the right to take someone's life.
I agree. No one has the right to take anybody's life.
Except the government.
Yeah, well, the government sucks at everything, though. I'm sorry to interrupt. We can't give them the power to kill people.
They already have it.
that the government is scary enough. I don't think I really would want to be in the government that has the power to kill and like decide who gets killed, because then, well,
Yeah.
you know, the government's proved itself anyways. But
Well, I'm not saying
I don't
anything.
see it as a revenge though. Like,
But I'm
you
not
killed my
saying anything
brother.
about. Yeah, but it's nothing to do with the government. I'm talking about the actual family members, how they feel. An eye for an eye, man. Especially in that situation.
Yeah,
When you
yeah,
see
that's
it.
how. That's how it used to be. You know, if somebody like I don't know, threw a rock at your car and broke the window in the car, you can go take care of business yourself to the person that did it and be like, you know, hey, you just, you know. But nowadays, people are, you can't do that. You can't even go that person and tell them, hey, you know what, you just broke my car window. What's wrong with you? And it's like, because they've got rights, or, you know, it's too, it's almost like you just can't do that anymore. People just don't. You have to have the police involved, then you have to have a report and all this, you know, there's steps and procedures.
Do you guys think that the eye for an eye thing is very much like rooted in Christian culture, and that we're kind of like moving away from that as a society in general?
I hope so.
I was just getting ready to say, I think Ty's probably an atheist, if I had to guess.
I'm an agnostic atheist. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be the second guess.
That's what I would guess.
So
Which is like,
I think that there's some truth to that, but I think the other side of the death penalty is it's supposed to be a deterrent, because there are people who are not afraid. In fact, there are people who embrace, and there are people who've actually committed crimes intentionally to go back to prison because they don't want to be a part of society.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have the death penalty, that opens a lot of doors to people having no fear of prison.
They don't see it as a consequence. There's no consequence to them, so they do it anyways.
I mean, and are people committing crimes really thinking with a right mind anyway? That's a thing. Like, it's hard to apply rational thought to irrational people. But like, I'm in Florida, and I'm not for the death penalty, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, if they found him and they put him, like, they killed him here, I would be happy. I'd be like, yeah, hell yeah.
Well, it's not like he can be rehabilitated to be a, you know, productive member of society anymore.
They're gonna
how can you
him on The Bachelor next season?
I'm not saying to let him out. I'm just saying, put him in a cell, teach him how to meditate, leave him there.
But
if fuck him. He doesn't deserve that.
He goes to prison for life, he could get, you know, a university degree for free. He could get educated, but, you know, what's he going to do with the education while he's behind bars for the rest of his life? Nothing.
Well, it wouldn't be for
resources
free.
we could be using on kids.
Yeah, it wouldn't be for free. It'd be on the taxpayers' money.
But it costs more money to kill someone.
He wouldn't have to pay, like, you know, university, that kind of thing, but...
The statistics that I saw said it costs $1.5 million on average for the courts to kill someone.
So basically, we need to expedite that process and make it less expensive.
No, but like, here's the question. At base,
Ty, how much
you
would it
okay
cost?
with one person getting wrongly killed? If we're functionally saying we're okay with the death penalty, is one person? Are you okay with doing that? Because I'm not okay with doing that.
Okay, here's my question for you. Do you think that the innocent man that gets put to death would willingly give up his life to know that hundreds and hundreds of other people will be put to death that will save hundreds of other lives?
I don't think that we get to decide that for that person. And I don't think, I mean, can you say that? I mean, are we really going to make that decision for that person?
I think it comes back to like the whole Christianity thing, because it's like the sacrificial lamb, you know? I think, I mean, everybody knows that everybody knows that there's people that get executed that are innocent, but we all kind of just accept it as, you know, a necessary evil of the system.
Okay, Ty, how about this? All right, I'm gonna keep on going.
Keep going. Keep going.
So they find Brian. He's guilty. Okay. So
I
would
think
you
he's
rather?
Probably guilty. Yeah.
Right. So would you rather he spends life in prison, or 1 hour in the hands of Gabby's father?
My feelings or what I think we should do as a society.
What should happen?
What should happen is he should sit in a jail cell for the rest of his life. What
Oh,
my feelings
come
are
on,
is
man.
put him there with both dads and close the door. But that's how I feel. That's not how I would, vote if I was voting on this kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, it would feel good. Sure, man.
Yeah, but you said you'd rather he goes to jail.
Yeah, because there's a lot of feelings that, I mean, how many feelings do you have that it's good that you don't express on a daily basis?
True.
How many
Yeah,
feelings
but my
do you
kid
have?
doesn't die every day. What are you talking about? My
Sure,
feelings.
but how many feelings do you on
You're
a daily
comparing
basis?
apples to oranges. If I wake up in a bad mood, am I going to go kill somebody or get revenge? No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if he kills somebody that's a family member.
From
Then
his point of view, if let's say the father somehow killed him, should he go to jail? Probably
No.
not. Okay, probably.
What?
We
Probably. What?
can let him go. We can get him a good defense attorney, and oh, we lost some evidence. But should we let him in the room as a society? I don't think so.
Rabbit, do we have to be careful about what we say on your stream?
Well, it depends. What do you mean?
Nah, he can say whatever he wants.
Certain words that could
Oh
have
my
you
God.
get flagged or demonetized.
Well,
Probably.
right now I'm not monetized anyway because I think I was demonetized for saying some things before. But up to a point, as long as we don't talk about certain subjects, you know what I mean. It should be okay, unless you're trying to drop F-bomb after F-bomb. That's not cool.
No, of course not. I think you can probably tell that I'm not the kind of person to do that. But
No, I know.
So
okay, what do you want to say? I'll tell you if it's too much and when to stop.
I just won't use certain words, and because I don't know if you want them used. But so Ty, I'm just going to go out on a limb here and guess that you're pro the jab mandate. Am I right?
I mean, it's complicated. I think that to mandate that people will lose their jobs if they don't. I think a private business can decide if they want to, decide whether they want their employees to do that. Because I'm a libertarian, but I think that should we ask people to get, should people in the government have to get the jab? Yeah, sure. Or people in healthcare? Yeah, sure. But no, I don't agree that everybody should be mandated or they're going to get fired. I think that's oppression at some point.
All right, cool. Well, that's a good answer then. I'm kind of surprised. I thought you'd be a little bit more extreme on that point of view.
You think I'm a liberal? No, I'm just kidding. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. No.
That's
it?
No. That's what you were worried about, Wade? That question?
Well, YouTube comes down pretty hard on using certain words.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know it too. Yeah.
Man,
was
do any of
expecting a
you
lot
guys
worse.
live in the South at all? Like in Florida?
Mm-mm.
I couldn't be further north, man. We're in Canada.
Ooh, I'm gonna visit Canada.
We have a totally different version of the legal system here than the States.
How's it different?
We use different words, but it's different.
Okay.
When I learned when I was my paralegal course, a lot of our Canadian laws, we have statutes, and there's statute 157 part A, B, C, D. Instead of amending that entire section, they would add on from A, B, C, D and go E, F, G, H, I.
Whoa.
So then there's the, statute of 115 part A, B, C. Then add, instead of amending and saying, rewording something that's new, they would add to the old. But some of them, it's very complicated that way, though.
That sounds so complicated.
It is. And there's different, so there's provincial, and then there's federal, and then there's municipal.
Municipal, yeah.
Which is sort of like our districts and towns, and that municipal is that kind of stuff. Well, provincial is provincial. It's like state, right? Our province. What do you call them?
States.
Well, yeah, yours is governors. They call them governors or state leaders, and we call them Doug Ford is the
premier.
premier. That's it. The premier of Ontario. Then we
Okay.
have the, federal, which is like the whole entire country, which is Justin Trudeau, which is like Biden. He did.
Yeah, but they have that. They have that in the States too, by state and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But they
They
just
do.
call it something else.
They do, but our a lot of legal writing is, all law is legal writing is complicated because you got to use these.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be very descriptive with your words and specific, but sometimes, like I said, it's very gray, and it's kind of weird how the states are sort of. It's the same concept, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to go on and on, but
Yeah, let's not try to
No,
get too much into politics because that's kind of dangerous waters.
it's not necessarily political.
Well, government. I mean,
no, but
government is
it's
political.
interesting that a law can be simultaneously can be two different things at one time. Like you can write up a statute
Exactly.
or like write up, yeah, and it can be on either side of the law, like depending on the lawyer. That's really
See,
interesting.
that's why I think this lawyer dude for the family, something fishy. I just don't. It doesn't seem
Mm-hmm.
how. It seems like they're almost getting help. Like this guy, they say that he's a professional lawyer, but no professional attorney is gonna, tell somebody, well, you need to be quiet and you need to do this because, like, it doesn't
Yeah,
make
they
any
would have
sense.
told him to take a deal. They would have told him to take a deal,
Like,
cooperate.
there's weird, there's just weird things. Like I don't think this is the first time I've ever heard somebody in the States committing a crime, and then they get an attorney and say,
Yeah.
here's my card, contact my lawyer. Like, it's just.
You know who does that? The mafia does that.
Well, everybody does that.
I was just.
Everybody who knows what
Everybody
they're talking about
should
legally
do
does.
that. Yeah.
Well, everybody doesn't do that, but they should. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Just real quick, I want to answer Tabitha's comment about what does this have to do with Brian, and what I was saying had nothing to do with Brian. And just personally, for me to be able to respect people, I don't mind if someone has a completely different opinion from what I do, but I look for congruency in people. So I want to make sure that someone's morals are like their moral compass is staying in a line. In other words, they don't feel one way about something and then hypocritically they feel differently about something else. And Ty so far lines up. So I was just giving a little test there for me to be able to respect where he's coming from. And yeah, I have to, because he seems to be pretty congruent with his feelings.
I appreciate it.
You better keep your moral compass due north.
I kind of had a feeling the chat was going to think it's going to go a little too political here. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely stop about that. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we can get back on topic.
I got voted king of the world, so.
But just one thing, guys. I understand we don't like that, like, Brian pleads the fifth, but if you ask any defense lawyer in the world, in the United States at least, you plead the fifth and you get a lawyer. And there are lots of reasons to do that, even if you're not guilty. Not to say that he isn't guilty, but please plead the fifth.
Yeah,
you don't
so
want
they
to
can
go to
get
jail.
paid.
Even for things that you don't do. 40% of the people who get taken off death row, also with another one statistics, they had false confessions. They didn't get lawyers.
Yeah.
Get lawyers, people. Do your Fifth Amendment, even if you're innocent. But yeah,
it's interesting. Yeah.
Any lawyer in the world, man. Any lawyer in the world. Any lawyer in the United States will tell you that.
I would kill to be a paralegal inside of that law firm right now and see the depositions and the documents that that lawyer and those paralegals are seeing about Brian.
Oh, they're getting sued. They're gonna get sued by the family probably for civil, because it's a lot easier. Because you only need 51% to be able to get civil damages, versus like 70 to 90% for above a reasonable doubt.
Okay, guys, we're going to go on for about 10 more minutes. I'm just going to step away for a bit, but you guys continue chatting, and then I'll be back in about 10 minutes' time, and then we'll cut off the stream for tonight, and we'll be back again tomorrow at 11 p.m. Eastern, okay? But for now, you guys can keep on going. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You guys stay up late.
I'll be right back also.
Yeah, I'm just saying with the Fifth Amendment, though, like people like you know, this has been a huge thing. I think that's been really interesting watching like people who are in the United States, and they'll be like, well, why don't they just get rid of the Fifth Amendment? But it's like, if and you can tell me
That's
what it's
the
like in
funny
those
thing,
countries, but
Tyler, is we don't have a Fifth Amendment in Canada. So
at all.
we have the we don't even call it the Constitution it's the, hang on, I should look it up, but it's something different, but it's the same idea.
The same, yeah.
You know, every person has the right to medical care, or every person has the right to, you know what I mean? Like I should know this.
Man.
But it's the same kind of thing, but you know, it's see, that's why I don't Constitution, when you guys talk about the Constitution, I'm thinking, I don't know what the Constitution is because I'm not American.
All it really means is that you have a right to you have a right to not say anything and a right to counsel before you say anything.
Yeah, you have the right to not self-incrimination. So the government can't put you in a room and just beat you until you tell them what they want. Or at least they're not supposed to. Sometimes they do.
They're not supposed to, but they do. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when it comes to people who don't have money.
So we call it the Charter of Rights, Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Yes. That's what it's called. And it's like, but it lists, you know, that kind of thing too. It's the same thing. Like if we were to be, you know, detained by a police, they have to have some sort of procedure to follow. They can't just pull you over and, you know, well, I thought you were doing this, so you need to come with me, sort of thing. Or, you know,
I'm really curious. Like, I do want to see him get caught and go to trial because I want to see all these court documents.
Me too.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I want to see.
I would love to sit in there on the court. That would be so neat to sit there.
But they're not going to have an open court for this. They'll have media, but they're not going to have the open court.
No, but eventually they are gonna like unredact everything. Like they're going. I think that what's gonna happen is that as soon as her autopsy gets released with all of the details of what happened, that's going to be enough for them to say, okay, he's now the main person of interest and we have enough to like go after him. And that's going to switch everything in the case. But maybe I'm wrong.
I think they're already going after him as if he was a fugitive. But
they're not officially, like they're not saying that though.
But I mean, it doesn't matter if they're saying it, if they're doing it, and if they're doing federal search warrants. Sorry, what?
I heard that they're saying the way they're saying it specifically because when you go to court, like homicide is a death by not natural causes. Obviously, it was caused by something that was not like a heart attack or for specific reasons, but for investigation reasons, because they can't declare Brian technically caused her death, I think is why they're doing it, because there's right now what they haven't even said, they can't even link him to her body. They have to link him to her body somehow.
Which I think there's
I think there's probably an underground, like, you know, like hidden, secretive arrest warrant out for him. I bet when they find him, they take him in.
Yeah, absolutely, like 100%.
I mean, obviously he'll plead the fifth probably and get his lawyer, but you know they're gonna take him to jail.
Yes, correct.
Because if they have enough evidence to get a federal search warrant.
I think they do. I think they have so much fucking evidence, and they're just waiting to drop the hammer. And I think and I think it's two things. It's one of two things. That they're waiting for this autopsy so that they have the evidence clear and they can do it and serve the warrants, or they have linked him to all these other murders, because there's more too, like Georgia, North Carolina, whatever. There's rumors going around that he's going around murdering people, or sorry, with the F-bomb. But which I know that's like, you know, the dark horse. That's probably not what's happening, but you know, serial killers do exist, so it's in the realm of possibility. It's weird that they're not saying things, and we know from what we know about law that there's more going on behind the scenes. But the question is what, you know? So maybe
maybe
I think it's one of those two things.
Yeah, I just want to let you
Well,
know,
there's
see no evil, hear
also
no evil. I don't know what you said at all. I didn't hear it.
what was that, Tyler?
Relating to what you said, you know what I mean? For saying sorry, I just want to say, see no evil, hear no evil. I didn't hear anything.
Oh, well, the other thing is too that when I was
About
doing
the
my paralegal
I'm sorry.
course, we actually went into court and sat and listened in the gallery. And it was interesting because without having to go in through the whole story of what the lawsuit was, but you have to have enough of a story to convince the judge of the events, whether he believes you or not, that they actually did take place.
Yeah, we have that in the United States as well. I think it's
Yeah,
called a
like an
preliminary
evidentiary
hearing.
hearing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we have that.
the evidence, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to build a strong enough case or strong enough, I guess, I'm not what the word you would call it, but you need, okay, so this happened, this happened, this happened. Okay, so what's your proof of that? How did that happen? And then there's the gap. There's the really weird gaps in the timeline that nobody seems to know, from point A to point B. So how did you get from point A to point B? You have to fill in that middle somehow, somewhere.
I think the FBI probably does have all of the information it's going to get going forward unless they find a murder weapon or something. I mean, they're not going to find anything on Brian. And, Gabby's phone is gone. So I think that they're ready. They have all the evidence.
Is it? I heard today from WFLA, watching live feeds today, that they have both phones from Brian and Gabby, and they're tracing them.
See,
I was watching
wonder,
that today. I
and
didn't see that.
there's so much mixed information from the media. I mean, it's almost purposeful.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I know.
I've seen the psychic people. Did you see that one lady on TikTok? And she's like, it makes sense that he would do this on the Philip DeFranco show. I literally was shook.
No.
Yeah, she
I don't
literally
have
said,
TikTok.
in his
I
logical
don't do
mind,
TikTok.
yeah, she said in his logical mind, maybe he had to kill her and that he should have. And then and it's like, what did you just say? And she said this. Yeah, and it's like, what did you just say?
I believe that. Like I believe he literally still thinks that it was her fault. Like that she just wouldn't shut the fuck up or wouldn't stop screaming or bitching, and like that's how these people are,
A narcissist.
He was definitely. I watched the police video because I was in an abusive relationship for 8 years with my son's dad, off and on, and it was like right.
So
I was right there with her, and I knew exactly how she felt, what she was feeling,
nightmares.
how it was just. It was so weird and I could see it on her face. I saw it on her face. You could just see she was terrified of him. And the officers, because it's weird, the officers kind of did that to me too, that they took his side and he's more of a victim. It's like they were, it's really weird. Like, it's just, I felt for her and understood because of being on a relationship like that for 8 years
it's traumatizing to watch that shit, man.
It was
like,
I was almost in tears because I felt so similar. I was in a similar position, and
I hope you reach out to me on Instagram. We need to link up.
Yeah, I was gonna do that.
Okay, cool.
I have my phone right here.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there too, girl. Like, I had a judge tell me, your partner is gonna kill you. He strangled you, and a lot of times this ends in death. And so, like, as the judge in this case, I'm telling you, this is your possibility, like, of your future. And I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I went back. Like, so many times. I had times where it literally happened and I passed out, you know what I mean? so many times that the cops didn't get called, so many times that his family like just supported him and gaslit me, and I mean it was bad.
Exactly.
It was really
Oh
bad.
yeah.
Like
I know exactly what you mean. His
but
mom said a lot of stuff to my mom and dad, and it was not good. Not good.
That's why it's easy for me to kind of tell what's going on with his parents, because I see a lot of the same behavior. And it's really nice to hear you gentlemen like talking about all of this too, because I think it makes like a space for us females to feel more and like empowered and safe, that there is like guys out there that are not trying to kill us. I know that sounds crazy,
why a lot of
but
that's why a lot of women are afraid to say anything, because they know if they go do something and then piss him off, there's going to be retribution from him. He's going to make her miserable, absolutely miserable, but because maybe she's stuck in that situation and can't get out.
Hey,
My thing was-
Calvin 9631, you're asking if there's room in the call. We're going to be ending the stream in like a couple of minutes, but we're going to be back tomorrow at 11 p.m. Eastern. If you want to call in, I'm going to post the link again in the top of the chat box. So,
Calvin,
best to call in tomorrow. There's just not enough time tonight because my phone's almost dead, and yeah, maybe 2 more minutes. But if you guys want to say like last words or whatever, even though that sounds kind of morbid, feel free, children.
What was your Instagram again?
It's Cassandra Explains It All. I'll be covering The Bachelor season 800 with Brian Laundrie on there.
Jeez Louise, man. I don't know. I don't know. Do you think women would like him?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hey Ty, it looks like Fuzz is talking about me and you, Ty.
Who?
Fuzz on the screen.
There's a lot of nice guys out there.
Yeah,
no, I don't think that anyone should harm anybody.
Exactly.
At all.
No, nobody has the right to to harm anybody, but you know.
That's what I mean.
I've seen
unless your name is Brian Laundrie and you're Gabby's father, then you know my stand on that.
I would look away. I'd be like, I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, I'll throw him into the fire. Yeah.
Cassandra blames it all.
And Wade, thanks for calling in before too. I appreciate that. I hope you call again tomorrow.
I'm not getting anything on Instagram.
It's Cassandra and then explains EXPL.
Yeah, peace, Wade. It was nice talking to you. I know we had some differences, but I'm sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
But that's what makes I think the chat so good. People have different opinions, but we don't bash each other about it.
I don't even know what my opinion is. I don't even know if I'm for the death penalty or not. I'm just like, okay, I like both of what you guys are saying. That works.
Well, everything's complicated. Everything's complicated.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, even like maybe I don't agree with something Ty's saying, or he doesn't agree with what I'm saying, but we still like respect each other. He still calls me like all the time, so it's all good.
All night, all times of the night. I'm like, hey, Rabbit, I gotta talk to you.
Man.
This is serious.
That's it.
This is serious. You gotta send those digits, bro. I gotta call you.
Send me a couple more carrots, and I'm smiling, dude.
Bruh, like carrots are so cheap. I could buy you like 3 bags, and I wouldn't even notice. A whole bag.
My eyesight would be killer then. Thanks,
dude. Literally, watch me. I'll do it. What's the
Respect.
addy?
And your teeth. I got 2 rabbits, and they love carrots. They really do love carrots. It's funny.
I've had a couple of rabbits too.
Yeah, I have a Flemish giant, and she's probably going to be 14 to 18 pounds.
Whoa.
That's a big rabbit.
Steven, thanks for the kind words, man.
So cool.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we'll cut this stream now, but we'll definitely be back again tomorrow night, same time.
It was nice talking to all you guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, Ty, make sure you call in again, man.
I think I might have to do it.
Okay, one question. Yeah. How do I never get notifications when somebody goes live on my YouTube?
Did you hit Did you hit the bell and then you make sure you click hit all?
All? I do. Yeah. Because I follow a lot of people on YouTube. And
do you mean you want a notification, from your phone to buzz, or do you mean from YouTube?
on YouTube.
Well, see,
Because you have to have permissions for YouTube to have your phone, and then have YouTube have permissions
Yeah.
to send it to you as well,
Yeah.
if you want the full thing going through.
so
That's
it's
why.
is that just an iPhone thing, or is it just something maybe I've turned off? Because I never, it doesn't matter who. No, I never get live unless I'm actually on YouTube, and then the notification comes through, you know, so and so. But
Go
then
to
it's
your phone settings. It'll be inside your phone settings.
You have to allow permissions or
Oh.
something.
Notifications, and then make sure his channel specifically has all notifications. And if you don't get it, then I don't know. Gotta call YouTube.
You gotta reach out to me, Ty. You gotta come on the podcast and do the
Cassandra
Life of Daily
explains it all.
Gale.
Yeah, she's on
Yeah.
she's on
Can you type
Instagram.
it one more
I
time?
found it.
I couldn't see it.
That'd be cool.
What, do you want to link it in the chat real quick, and I'll take a look.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna come talk philosophy.
I love philosophy, man. My favorite. My
He
favorite.
loves philosophy, but he hates the death penalty.
See, they're
Anyways,
all
Yeah,
on.
man.
It
Because I'm
says
a
the one on-
philosopher, man.
That's
why I hate
it,
the death
man.
penalty.
All right, guys. So let's leave it for tomorrow. All right, same time, 11 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome. Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
see if I can be there. And you said that was on Instagram, right?
Melissa, or yeah, what was it?
Cassandra.
Cassandra.
Cassandra explains it all.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Have a good night,
All right,
guys.
and thanks everybody in the chat
Later,
for joining,
guys.
and we'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.
Okay.
Bye.